I was born into a family of 3 boys, and I am the second to last child. When I entered secondary school, I was so intelligent that my father considered withdrawing my older brother from school to support my education because we were not financially well off. Eventually, my senior brother had to drop out after his JSS 3 exams while I was still in JSS 1. With the support of our family, he went to learn a trade so he could help my father sponsor me and my younger brother. I continued my studies with my parents' support. After school, I would eat lunch and then assist them with farm work. Because of my dedication, my parents loved me even more, despite my occasional stubbornness. They provided me with whatever they could, and life went on smoothly. By the time I reached SS2, I had matured enough to start socializing more. Many of my friends in school had 2 or 3 girlfriends, but I wasn't interested. I was focused on my studies and determined to achieve great things. Among my 4 close friends, 2 were quite reckless because of the lack of strict parental guidance, while the other 2 were disciplined and intelligent. The less responsible ones kept trying to persuade me to get a girlfriend, but I refused. One day, I visited my friend Leo, one of the intelligent ones. His mother had passed away, and his father, who was a policeman, was often away. This gave Leo a lot of freedom at home. When I arrived at his house, I didn't see anyone in the compound, so I walked straight to his room, as I usually did. As I approached his door, I heard strange sounds coming from inside. Curious and unsure of what was happening, I knocked, but he didn't respond. The door wasn't locked, so I pushed it open, and what I saw shocked me. Leo and our classmate Lucy were in a compromising position. My mouth fell open in disbelief. "Leo, what am I seeing?" I asked, still stunned. Leo simply laughed and said, "Come on, Igwe, don't act surprised." All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. I looked at Lucy, expecting her to say something, but she remained silent, looking embarrassed. "If someone had told me you were involved in something like this, I wouldn't have believed it," I said, shaking my head. Lucy finally spoke. "This is my first time," she said hesitantly. "After all the seriousness you display in class, I never would have imagined this," I replied. "Please don't tell anyone," she pleaded. "Tell anyone about what?" I asked, pretending not to understand. She sighed. "What you just saw. Please, keep it a secret." I looked at both of them, still in disbelief. "Says who?" I asked playfully. "Please, I'll do anything for this to remain a secret," she insisted. At that moment, I felt awkward and decided it was best to leave. I shook my head and walked out, realizing that sometimes people are not always what they seem to be in public. That day changed my perspective on many things, but I remained focused on my studies, determined not to get distracted.